If you've got to go to court in Southaven, Mississippi at the municipal court there, watch this. I'll give you some information about how things work there and what you can expect to have happen. First thing is you should get a lawyer, okay? Get a lawyer to represent you. Things just go easier, they go smoother. You give yourself the best chance of coming out okay. You're not going to be waiting all day because the folks with lawyers get their cases heard first, and you can get out of there and get on with your life. Now in Southaven, down there in DeSoto County, they actually have two courts there in Southaven. People call me and tell me, I've got a case in Southaven. I ask, which court? Because you've got the Southaven Municipal Court, which handles the city of Southaven, okay? Crimes that are accused of happening in Southaven. Then you've got the DeSoto County Justice Court, which is just a couple miles down the road. And that covers all of DeSoto County, but that's like rural, unincorporated DeSoto County. That's outside any of the city limits. So make sure if you've got a case, if you've got to go to court in Southaven, make sure you go to the right court, okay? Make sure it's either the DeSoto County Justice Court or the Southaven Municipal Court, because again, they're only a couple of miles apart. I'm going to focus on the municipal court here, the city of Southaven. If you've got a DUI charge, shoplifting, domestic assault, drug possession, speeding ticket, okay, any of those in Southaven, you're going to go to court there. Court there is held on Wednesdays. They do have some traffic court on Fridays also, but most of the stuff is handled on Wednesdays, only on Wednesdays. And initially, they might tell you that your court date is at 9 o'clock in the morning. They do have court at 9 o'clock, but I prefer, and most attorneys prefer, to have things heard on the 1:30 docket. So I tell people if their court date, if they say I've got court at 9 o'clock on Wednesday, I tell them I'm going to move that to 1:30 because it's better. It's better to work things out. I find the prosecutors are there then, and like most lawyers, I've got stuff in other courts usually in the morning, and I can't be there at 9 o'clock. So I like to go to 1:30 in the afternoon and work things out. Now this municipal court is a misdemeanor court. So the charges I just mentioned, most of those are going to be misdemeanors. A DUI, okay, if it's a first offense, second offense, shoplifting very likely is going to be a misdemeanor. Domestic assault, simple assault, drug possession, if it's simple drug possession, which most of these are, if it's half an ounce or less of marijuana or paraphernalia, okay, in your car, those are misdemeanors. And those are handled there in that court. Now, if you've got a felony charge, that's a different story. Felonies are real serious. If it's a sex crime, if it's a violent crime, an aggravated assault, a shooting, okay, if it's a large quantity of drugs, those are felony charges. And those, you may have an initial appearance or two in the municipal court, but your case is going to go to the circuit court in Hernando, and you're going to get indicted by the grand jury at some point down the road. Now, if you have a drug felony case, narcotics, possession with intent, Southaven police may have approached you and asked you if you would like to work for them. And that's your decision. And that's something, if you hire me, we can talk about that. If you do that, your case is probably going to stay in the Southaven Municipal Court. And if you do work for them, and I'll tell you, most people don't do that for obvious reasons. Most people don't want to go work for the police and be an informant, be a snitch. But again, that's your choice. And your case will stay in the Southaven court, and if you provide them, useful information, they may drop your charges. All right. But again, most cases there in the municipal court, the misdemeanors, which I should focus on, are going to be handled there, and it just depends on the case and things about you and what I can do as your attorney. My goal is to make it go away. Okay. Most misdemeanors, in my experience, can be made to go away unless you've got a terrible record or something bad happened. We'll just have to see. First step, though, if you have a Southaven Municipal Court case, call me. I handle cases there a lot. I'm there, if not every week, then pretty regularly. I know the prosecutors. You know, we don't play golf together, and they're not going to do any special favors for me just because I'm a nice guy to them. But I know how people work there. I know the procedures. I know the judges. I know the laws, and I can help you. My goal, again, is keep it off your record. So give me a call.